and this might give Bryce Young a little bit of hope going forward, is how well Sam Darnold played in week 2, how well Baker Mayfield played in week 2, how well Geno Smith played in week 2. Sam Darnold and the Vikings went in and knocked off the Niners at home. The Buccaneers went into Detroit and beat a Lions team that played great in week 1 and defeated the Rams. And Geno Smith went into New England and was a magician in overtime. And now the Seahawks are 2-0. So you have those three guys are now collective 6-0. What do those three guys have in common? Those guys were in bad situations early in their careers. As young quarterbacks, they flashed talent, but they also wound up being benched. And they had the chance to go back and reset and restart their careers. And I'm going to focus on Darnold a little bit here because I did have the chance to talk with Kevin O'Connell about what they've done with Sam Darnold there since signing him back in March. And one of the reasons they signed him back in March is because they saw things on his tape from Carolina at the very end, and then certainly the limited tape they had from San Francisco last year, where Sam Darnold's confidence was starting to be built back up, where he was starting to play faster, in particular in that fourth quarter against the Ravens. The Niners got blown out against the Ravens on Christmas night, but in the fourth quarter of that game, you saw Sam Darnold playing at a different pace than he had as a pro previously. You saw the talent of a guy who was drafted 3rd overall starting to come back into focus. And now the Vikings have a quarterback who's playing that way. They were able to take what he did at the end in Carolina and over his year apprenticeship working under Brock Purdy and for Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco and really put it to work in the spring and the summer and build an offense that works for Darnold. Now, obviously, things became clarified when J.J. McCarthy got hurt, but I think Darnold was winning the job all along because they did have the confidence that Darnold could do these sorts of things. So what do you see? You see a 97-yard touchdown throw to Justin Jefferson that very clearly showed 3rd overall pick talent. And you saw a drive where Sam Darnold more or less shut the door on the San Francisco 49ers. Again, maybe the best team in football. And he was able to do that in the fourth quarter after the Niners had bounced back, had gotten momentum on their side, had gone on a 99-yard drive to cut the Vikings lead to 20-14. Sam Darnold is able to convert 3 consecutive 3rd downs. And the middle of those was a 3rd and 8 throw to Jalen Nailor for 26 yards, back shoulder, down the seam, in between 3 defenders. That was as high level throw as you saw anywhere in the league this weekend. And in talking to Kevin O'Connell about it, he talked about how Sam Darnold was playing that drive with me, with the coaches. He was able to execute what the coaches were trying to do and work the team down the field playing his game. And I don't know if Sam Darnold's going to be a starter for the next 10 years in the NFL. I don't know if he'll be the starter next year in Minnesota based on all the great things that J.J. McCarthy was able to do over the course of the summer. What I do know is Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than he showed with the Jets. The same way Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback than he showed in Cleveland. And the same way Geno Smith is a better quarterback than he showed with the Jets now almost a decade ago. Situation can determine how good a quarterback plays. The situation for Bryce Young in Carolina has not been great. That does not mean he cannot play quarterback in the league. Maybe he can, but this is not the right environment for him to show that one way or the other. And so I think in a certain way, getting the chance to take a breather, and I don't think this is why they benched him, but getting a chance to take a breather could actually help Bryce Young. And whether his restart happens in Carolina or somewhere else, I don't think the time to give up on Bryce Young is upon us. I think this is simply a result of the circumstance that he's in. And I'm not saying I disagree with Dave Canales' decision here, because when a quarterback loses confidence, that's a really bad place to be. And again, there are signs he's lost confidence. But it's not time to lose hope on Bryce Young quite yet. And the examples of Darnold, of Mayfield, and of Geno Smith very clearly show us that.